A very warm welcome to Box Park here in Wembley. Today, the fighters step on the scales and face off for the final time ahead of a huge night of action tomorrow night at Wembley Arena, topped by a mouth-watering cruiserweight clash between Richard Riakporhe and Deion Jumah. I'm delighted to say Matt Macklin and Johnny Nelson are alongside me. Johnny, you can't see his footwear, but the feet are out, the sun's out, the feet are out.
Oh, I had shorts on earlier, trust me. These are too nubbly.
I'm surprised you got your jeans on today and didn't keep them on. It is a mouth-watering clash, like I said. It's a real London derby, isn't it? It's a battle of the unbeatens, Johnny. It wasn't the fight we were perhaps expecting, but a better one, I think, for everyone.
You look at the crowd that's here, it's who's who from the boxing gym in and around Sheffield, in and around London, South London, North London, West London. There's some old faces in here. Now these two guys here, you've got two fighters from London, two unbeaten fighters. One's had more fights, less knockouts, as in Jumah, 14 fights, 7 knockouts. Riakporhe's 13 fights, 9 knockouts. So one's got the power, one's got the skill. The things that people are saying to me today, this London crowd are saying, they're saying Jumah is a handful. They think this is a dangerous fight for Riakporhe. They're tipping Jumah to pull off the win against Riakporhe. And I'm surprised, but I don't know what's happening in the gyms down here.
It is, of course. It's a huge opportunity, isn't it, for Deion Jumah? It's something that he's been waiting for a long time to be headlining on a Sky Sports show.
Yeah, look, the momentum's with Riakporhe. He's the guy who's had the spotlight recently and the exposure and the activity, and he's the guy who carries the power. He's got the better resumes and he's got the better wins. He's been in deeper. But as Johnny said, if you talk to London people that are in and around the gyms that have seen Jumah spar, know him as an amateur, they're saying, no, this kid can fight, trust me. Don't sleep on him. He could spring the upset here. If Riakporhe, tries too hard for the knockout, or if he hesitates and waits too long and doesn't get into it, Jumah could, fiddle him out of it, pick him up and get the win on points. So, and he pops a little bit harder than I think his record suggests as well. That's the word on the Strasser, as they say. So, yeah.
Where are these words? Where are these words coming from? Yesterday we had telecast, and now today we've got Strasser. Let me go back. Where are they coming from?
That's London.
Yeah, isn't it? We know the two of them, though. They have sparred previously. Can you read too much into that? We always talk about it. It was quite a while ago. Can you? Bit of history
I used to get beat up by my sparring partners, and but then I was a champion. I got there and put a performance on. You can read a lot into sparring, or you can ignore what happens in sparring. Some fighters don't perform at the best of their ability when they're sparring. When it comes to fight time, it's different. You get a story from Riakporhe, and he talks about, I bossed it, I controlled it. Matt's got stories from Jumah. Jumah's saying, I bossed it. So I think we've got to ignore that, because they're probably 16-ounce gloves. They're heavier. These guys have had to get down to the weight and feel comfortable getting in the ring to fight. So the fight, that just might tweak the difference between what's happening in sparring and what's happening in fighting.
There is a little bit of spite there as well between the two. We saw glimpses of it yesterday. I stood outside while they did a face-off, and you can feel a bit of tension rising.
I felt like Jumah was the one instigating it.
Yeah.
I thought Riakporhe was quite respectful. Didn't really get into that initially until Jumah started putting it on him a little bit. He was trying to get under his skin, trying to trigger that bit of a hostile conversation.
Talking over him, being a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, he was. And he was kind of going back at him, and Riakporhe was trying to pacify and keep him respectful. So that was interesting. I thought he was trying to get under his skin.
I don't know if Riakporhe did have the little sort of Olympic thing to do, the Team GB. He did try there to.
I think he was trying to get into Jumah's head, as if to say, you've not got the heart, the want or desire, because you were dropped from Wasserman, the England squad. You've not done anything since 2013. So he was just having a dig at his lying heart.
He was saying it without saying it, wasn't he? He was saying, you've been around a long time, you haven't really done anything, what's holding you back? You're more or less saying you haven't got the windfall. That's what I thought you were saying.
With Jumah being a southpaw, how do you think Riakporhe will deal with that? We saw glimpses, Riakporhe a bit of southpaw at the open workouts. How do you think that will play out, Tommy?
There's two ways it can go. This can be a nightmare for him, and it will be an absolute nightmare if he loses. all this can be his best performance and he gets an outstanding knockout. It's how he deals with the southpaw. I've always said about Richard, the problem is he hasn't got the confidence to match his ability. They need to catch up quick, because the higher up the rankings he goes, the higher, the closer to getting involved in a world title fight, that's where everything needs to be together. My advice to him was simply this: get in there, you've got to bully him. I mean, bully from the off. Talk to him like you own him, talk to him like you're his boss, because Riakporhe used to look up to Jumah when Jumah was a man, because he turned pro before Riakporhe did. So now, Riakporhe's got to show, I've grown up. I'm showing you what I can do, and I'm going to show you how I can fight. So this is how this fight, it can play out in many ways. If he doesn't know how to deal with a southpaw, they're an absolute nightmare.
But that's where the intrigue lies, doesn't it, Matt?
Yeah, definitely, because, some people love southpaws. Riakporhe has got a booming right hand.
Come round.
Fraser Clark's just stepped in, and I wasn't expecting that. Hello.
I know it can be an overused term, but the southpaws can be wide open to the right hand. Are wide open to the right hand. You've still got to land it, obviously. You've still got to set it up. But it is the shot for the southpaw, the right hand, and we know Riakporhe has got a booming right hand.
Good to see you, Fraser. You got your sunglasses on.
I'm trying to be
It's
cool.
sunny outside.
But Derek's Chisora one, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be cool.
How are you feeling? Because we were expecting you to be boxing on this card, but you've had a hand operation. How's it gone? How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's upsetting, it's gutting, but I suppose it's part and parcel of what we do. And I had a good surgeon. He looked after me. I got in there straight away. Got the problem solved with. I'm now doing what I can in the gym with one hand, and I'll use this time, to focus on other things. I'll physically get stronger, perfect the jab, because it's very important in what I do, and then hopefully 6 to 8 weeks time we'll carry on.
Well, it's good news for us, because we're going to have you ringside with us on Saturday night, so it's our game. It's a brilliant card, though, nonetheless, on Saturday, isn't it? Top to bottom. There's something, Johnny, for everything. I know, Fraser, you're not appearing on it, but there's a lot to like.
From 5 o'clock, we're live streaming. I need to tell people, watch it from the live stream. A young lady called Shannon Ryan's on the bill. Chris Congo's on the bill. This is from 5 o'clock. This is not worth showing from 7 o'clock. This is a good card. And it's one of those cards where you want to be sat there from day's dot, because it's just packed with talent, packed with controversy. There's some good fights on the bill.
Yeah, we've got lots of a debut, haven't we, in there? We've got an English title. English title fights always seem to produce something extra, man, don't they?
Boxing's one of those sports, isn't it? The casual probably watch 3 or 4 big fights a year, AJ and maybe Kell Brook and Khan, this type of thing. But if you're a boxing fan, you want to be in there from the very start of the night, because there's talent on from the very first bell, and there's an array of talent at different stages of the career. They're developing and they're climbing, and these are going to be tomorrow's stars. So you want to get in there. It is a really hard, as Johnny rightly said.
We're going to pick your brains, Fraser, about the main event. Richard Riakporhe, obviously you're in the gym now with him, training with Adrian Flanders. How does he look to you, and what kind of problems do you think Deion Jumah will pose to him on Saturday night?
He looks fantastic to me, and I've been there about a year now, on and off, probably constantly for the last 6 months. And in Richard, I've seen not just a change in his boxing skills, but a change in mentality. I feel like he's finding his confidence now, and he doesn't believe he's going to win. He believes he's going in there to be a badass and to take him to pieces. And that's what I've wanted to see from him. Before I went to the gym, I knew of Richard Riakporhe, and he surprised me in sparring. So straight away I thought, this guy's better than he looks on the TV. I just wanted to bring that out now, and over the last 6 months I've seen him grow, not just as a boxer but as a person with that confidence, and I think you'll see that tomorrow night. How
do you think he will deal with Deion Jumah, though, in terms of being a southpaw Jumah? How will he?
Obviously this thing about these southpaws, sometimes you can overdo it. 2 arms, 2 legs, it can be awkward. They can be awkward if you let them be awkward. I've fought a lot of them. I've had good results against them. But, I think, he's got to stick to his fundamentals. Not too many single punches, because, they're going to try and counter. But Jumah's a bit of a different one as well. He's a bit unorthodox in the way he leans and throws punches. Between Richard and Angel, they've got a good formula, and I think also, Richard's tenacious and he's so focused at the minute. This is a stepping stone for him. This is someone in front of him, between him and getting a world title. I asked Richard the question, are you going to let Deion Jumah stop you getting to where you want to go? Got a straight answer back, not a chance.
But does he need to go in then? Do we need to see Richard Riakporhe like we used to see, that goes in there and basically goes with a big right hand and just tries, like you said, Johnny, to rough him up.
I think Fraser nailed it. He said people can overthink it when it's a southpaw. Spot on. You know, they can start overcomplicate things where they need to put the foot. Just he's there in front of you. You know, he's there. You know the right hand's going to work. You know you can't. The jabs can cancel each other out a little bit. Don't overthink it. Just let your hands go. And if he does, sometimes with Riakporhe, earlier on in his career, anyway. I'll go back to the Sam Hyde fight, for example. He was over hesitant. He was a bit reluctant to let his hands go. He's got better at that. He's obviously grown in confidence. You mentioned confidence. That's key for him, I think. I think when he's look, you've seen him in the gym. You know what he's capable of more than we. We can only go on what we've seen on fight night. Yeah. But he's definitely grown into his performances. And if he brings that to the ring with him on Saturday night, I think he'll be victorious.
It's going to be interesting to see, isn't it? Right, our undercard weigh-in is just about to get underway. So let's hand you over to MC Paddy Johnson.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Box Park here at Wembley as we're about to start the official weigh-ins here for our March 26th show. This coming Saturday, tomorrow night, we promise a spectacular and phenomenal contest of world-class boxing. Tomorrow evening, brought to you by Boxer. A big thank you to our promoter and founder, CEO Ben Shalom, and of course our Sky Sports broadcasting team. And a wonderful thank you to our sponsors, first of all. Let's thank Village Hotels, Bet365, Everlast, and our official hydration partner of today's weigh-ins, While Hydrate. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We're about to begin our official weigh-ins here for our March 26th show tomorrow night. And of course, I want to welcome our sanctioning body, the British Board of Boxing Control, with inspectors Daniel Frost and Alan Spelling in attendance. We begin first in the super flyweight division as we welcome first to the weigh-ins, Claudia Ferenczi. Claudia Ferenczi, about to step to the scales, age 28, standing 5 feet 2 inches tall. Made her debut back in 2011. Boxer on Sky Sports Boxing. And Claudia Ferenczi weighs in at 8 stone and 7 pounds.
professional debuts from heavyweights to produce a knockout on their sort of pro debut? Because they seem that's
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final
because that's what gets the attention. That's what gets people talking about it. That's what makes promoters want to use you often. So yeah, he'll want to get the knockout, but he'll also want to get the rounds in, because if you're knocking everybody out in the first round or the second round, how much experience are you actually getting as a pro?
He won't want to get the rounds in tomorrow.
He'll want to make a statement.
He does need to get the rounds in eventually, but tomorrow he'll just want that knockout.
Please welcome to the scales, Deion Jumah. Deion Jumah fights out of Sofia, Bulgaria.
I feel like I have to apologise because Matt's just singing along to the music, and I think he forgets that our mics are live constantly, so apologies there. One for the back, Matt. So 4 rounds at welterweight.
Deion Jumah weighed in officially at 11 stone.
So far, so good for Hassam Azim, Johnny.
And now, introducing his opponent, the hitman, Hassam Azim.
There he goes. I was just waiting for that little cheer so people actually knew how popular this young man is, and to get in there and for this kind of pressure. It's his 3rd professional fight. The attention he's getting. He's more than a lot of fighters do at this stage in his career, but he's got to back up the most. And it's probably good that there's a bit of a gap between he and his brother, Saturday night. Yeah, so he can do what he's going to do. He seems to have to try harder to let it flow.
Well, he impressed in his debut, didn't he? But in his last fight was probably made to work harder than he was kind of expecting. But that's no bad thing when you're on the learning.
And as you said, you've got to learn before you can learn to crawl before you can walk, and that's what he's got to do.
What kind of test is Hassam in tomorrow night?
I don't think he's in too deep. Although he did come in, his opponent came in 4 or 5. I think 11 stone 1. They announced. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
He came in 10-9. So he's giving 4 pounds away. It's not. I don't think it's fair comparing brothers, especially at this early age in their own career. They're individuals and they're walking their own path. No, exactly. And Adam's kind of getting the more hype, let's say, but I thought Hassan's been impressive as well, so I think you just want to judge him on his own. He's going to move at his own pace. He's not in a...
But I think he's aware of that. He said himself that he knows he's probably not going to be moved as quickly as his brother. He's aware of that.
No, exactly, and I just think, I know we are, it comes up a little bit. I'm mindful not to try and compare him to his brother, because they're different, aren't they? They're individual. A bit of banter there.
A bit of banter, and Hassan making a bit of a joke about he's got the height.
But you don't take these little guys lightly, because sometimes they can be little pocket rockets. So don't be fooled by that.
As we introduce to the scales, David Romero. The Argentinian-born David Romero steps to the scales.
So 6 rounds at super welterweight. Joe Pickford versus David Romero. Basically, Pickford, he's just happy to be back on the card, isn't he? He was due to be fighting on the Canbrook card, but that was pulled, so a good opportunity for him to make.
Pickford's got quite a crew with him as well, so again, I guess I don't understand. You expect a lot from your fighter, but again, against Romero's 27 fights, had 12 wins out of it.
And now introducing his opponent from Southampton,
so, you know what, his job is to make life hard for Pickford.
Pickford's had a bit of a stop-start career so far. How much does he need to really keep that momentum going, Matt?
So he's undefeated. He obviously, I think, a big ticket seller from where he's from. Now he's 28 years old, so he's not a young kid. He's boxing on Sky Sports. It's a big opportunity platform-wise to showcase what he's about. He'll want to make a statement, I believe, because he's at a stage.
11 stone 1 pound.
11 stone 1 for Joe Pickford, just inside there.
Yeah, so he's at a stage in his career now. Like I say, his apprenticeship's over. He's had 18 fights, so he wants to push on and make a statement, I believe, tomorrow night.
Do you think that, Johnny? Do you think he'll want to make a statement?
Yeah, without a doubt. At this age, at 28 years old, yes, he's got to make a statement.
But we know he's explosive. We know he's exciting to watch. So that could very well happen tomorrow.
He's going to have that transferable skill from what he's carried from the amateurs. He's got to carry through to the pros and grow up pretty quickly and make people. He needs to leapfrog a lot of super welterweights that are out there already. That people are talking about him more than anybody else.
Looks in good shape though, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. As you'd expect, like I say, I bet he's been craving this fight on Sky.
Pickford
Wants to really showcase what he's about.
How you doing, mate? Yeah, not bad. Joe, it's been a while since we last saw you out in October. My guess is that you're ready and ready to go.
Mate, I've been training since that fight. I've been ready to go. Yeah, just looking forward to Saturday now. I want to get through this one and move onwards.
You got 17 knockouts from 18 wins. Can we predict another one this weekend?
Do you know what? The main thing's a W. Look good doing it. If the knockout comes, it comes. But yeah, just get the win and move on.
All the best for Saturday night.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Wants to go for the knockout. Pretty simple.
Well, that's the job.
Exactly.
And now, more welterweight action right here in the weigh-ins. Please welcome from Spain, Kelvin Dotel.
So welterweight contest between Chris Congo and Kelvin Dotel. Chris Congo, Johnny, very much on the comeback trail.
And this is one of those fights, I think it's on the stream. Again, you know, we've seen some matchups here, some weights here, where these guys, you want to be tuning in from 5 o'clock onwards, because you can tune into all of these fights. Chris Congo, it's like he's had a new lease of life.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is what he wants. He wants to every fighter on there, every fighter on these boxers, sports shows, they want to be the new star. They want to be the new one everybody's talking about. And Chris Congo thinks, you know what? I've seen the niche here. I might get in.
And now
in terms of Dotel, though, I mean, he only fought a couple of weeks ago, I believe, in the UK, Matt, so he's ready to go again. How many problems could he pose for Chris Congo?
I don't know. Obviously, he's going to be fit and sharp, having recently boxed, but I don't think he's boxed the same level of opposition as Chris Congo. Chris Congo, you know, coming back off the defeat against Michael McKinson, it was tricky and awkward, you know, and he got a bad start in that fight as well. And had to chase McKinson. You don't want to be chasing someone like McKinson. So he's changed trainers from Jim McDonald to Ben Davison. So we'll see what improvements he's made.
But this is also classic. He will not want to be defined by that loss, and that will be motivation in itself for him.
Yeah, look, when you lose, trust me, it hurts. You learn more from a defeat. You do 10 wins, and it'll be interesting to see what he's learned from that and what he's picked up. We're working with a new trainer, but I'm expecting a strong performance from him.
Congo, Johnny, always looks in good shape, doesn't he?
Brilliant shape. Looking at his abs, I think I need someone else for the summer. I wonder where he bought from.
Hard work, Johnny. Pure hard work. What kind of fight do you think we'll get, though?
You know what? I think we'll have a decent fight. Again, it's a chance for him to show off and impress. This being his 14th professional fight at 29 years old. He's only produced 7 knockouts out of in his career. So he'll want to make an impression and want to try and get people to sit at the top.
Official weigh-ins here at Boxer at Box Park in Wembley.
I think he'll start sharp, Congo. I think he'll be really keen to put that defeat behind him and want everyone talking about him again. You know, he'll want to basically say, I'm still here, and don't forget about me.
Congo.
All right, well, let's hear what Chris Congo's got to say. He's the Savage Dan.
Chris, almost a year to the day since you were last in the ring. What do you want to show the boxing fans?
Show the boxing fans that I'm back, and this time now I'm here to stay. I'm coming to take the welterweight crown in the country and in the world.
New chapter, because you got a new trainer, new promoter. What do you want from this year?
Titles. Titles, titles, titles. That's all I want. We're going all the way to the top, like I said yesterday, and the start is now.
Good luck on Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Congo.
We said it at the top, Johnny. It is a show where you do want to be tuning in from 5
and
o'clock.
now, ladies and gentlemen, we move.
You want split screen, you need the football on one, boxing on another, don't you?
Introduce now from Budapest, Hungary,
Saturday night's going to be a
Martina
good night for sport
Hogarth.
all around for everybody.
Martina steps to the scales with a career 5 victories against 8 losses.
Caroline Dubois looks to make it 2 from 2 when she takes on Martina Hogarth tomorrow night. Are you with me on this?
Martina
Seeing
weighing
Caroline
officially at
blossom,
9
she's
stone,
growing
8
in confidence.
pounds.
Every time we sort of spend time with her and see her
introducing
around
her
fight.
opponent from
The Dubois,
Montfort,
they seem to be a shy bunch.
Dubois.
Caroline, each time the camera's in front of her, she's getting more comfortable with who she is, what she's capable of doing. She's starting to talk more, she's starting to smile more, she's starting to engage more. Boxing isn't just about getting in the ring and punching anybody, it's also about being able to engage with people so they can relate to you.
Caroline Dubois weighing at 9
at
stone,
21 years
10
old,
pounds.
to be growing up rapidly.
9 stone 10 inside the 9 stone 12 limit. How special a talent, Matt, is Caroline Dubois?
Well, look, I thought she did really well in the Olympics. She looked good. Even just to get there, you've got pedigree, haven't you? You're an Olympian. I was impressed with her debut. I thought she rushed her work a little bit at times, but she was probably a little bit over-eager. So
I think she even said that in the post-fight interview. She's quite critical of herself, isn't she?
yeah, I mean, she talked well. You can see she's a bit shy, but I thought she was impressive in patches on the debut. You could see she's talented, but I think she was just a little bit too keen. So maybe just see her settle down a little bit more composure. But other than that, I thought she was good. So looking forward to seeing her again.
We always talk about Debbie Johnny's success through success, and she's in a fantastic gym there for that kind of thing. She trains with her brother Daniel. Loads of talent in that gym. The Azim brothers as well. A lot to feed off.
It's going to get to the stage where we won't be mentioning Daniel every time we mention her. She'll just think, you know what, it'll just be about Caroline. But Daniel,
But Daniel thinks she's a star.
Debut, but you said you felt like you rushed it in parts. What do you want to show this time round?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about learning now. I just want to go out there, relax, and just enjoy it. Enjoy every bit of it.
World title ambition. So, is this just another stepping stone for you?
Definitely, but it's an important step. You can't miss a step. You can't overthink. You can't underthink. I want to go in there 100% and just perform.
All the best on Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Caroline Dubois.
Looking forward to seeing what she does tomorrow night, Matt.
Yeah, for sure. Like I say, well schooled, good speed, nice footwork. Just a little bit over keen on her debut, but again,
But that's expected, though, isn't it, on your debut? We just spoke about that. The nerves will be there. You want to impress. There's a lot of pressure on your debut.
I'm completely
Introduce the first challenger to the
because it wasn't
scales.
really much the
From
fault. But
Derby,
it was
Chill out,
one,
Martin.
Star. 28-year-old
Vacant English title, English welterweight title on the line in this one. Louis Green versus Harry Scott. There is something about the English title that produces some crackers of fights. What is it, do you think?
Young fighters see a fair chance to get through that little crack into stepping up to being a Central, being a British, being a Commonwealth, being a European. That's their chance to think, like, something is now happening in my career. I know this young man, Harry Scarf. Harry Scarf trains in Derby in the One Nation gym.
And now we introduce his opponent,
and there's big news, there's big noise about him. This is an interesting fight.
Louis
Green. He's honest. He's an honest pro. He basically saying, right, 15 fights, 13 wins, 7 knockouts. Scarf, 12 fights, 11 wins, 3 knockouts. Scarf's not the biggest puncher of the two, but Louis Green's very honest.
And
he
weighing
wants
officially
to
at
get in there
10
and have a
stone,
fight. That's
6
it.
pounds.
What's it going to come down to, do you think, Matt?
I'm not sure. Maybe who wants it more. I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm really glad that this is on the televised part of the card, because there's been a couple of English title fights recently on our previous shows that have been on the streaming part, and they were, probably the fight of the night. So, this could be again be the fight of the night.
It's one of those really sort of solid, good trade fights, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a trade fight. If you're a boxing fan, you'll appreciate it, but if you're a trader, if you're a real boxing ghetto fan, you think, yes, I like this like anything else.
I say a trade fight, but even if you're not a boxing fan, these kind of fights, if it does deliver what we're hoping it delivers, it can also draw in a lot of other people.
Yeah, I think this will be a really close competitive fight. Both guys have got a couple of defeats, but probably when they're out their depth a little bit and out of their weight division. Now this is a well-matched fight. This could go either way.
Village Hotels and Wow Hydrate, our official hydration partner of today's weigh-ins. We stand right now on the stage for the vacant English welterweight title from Derby. Harry Scarf takes on his opponent, the second challenger from Louis Green.
Not at all. They're both at a stage at their age, 28 and 29 years old, where the immaturity is gone. They just think, let's just have a scrap, boys. And that's it. Just want to fight. Well, now this is going to go.
Let's hear from Louis and Harry now with Dan.
English title fights never disappoint. They're always hard fought. Harry, I'm going to come to you first. How do you beat Louis?
I beat him by just being me. That's it. I'm going to, box who I want and beat him. That's it.
Louis, what do you have to do to make sure you leave with the English title?
Bring my A game, just like Harry's got to bring his. It's a very good fight. It's a good fight for the TV. It's a good fight.
Very good fight. Good luck to both of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again for the vacant English welterweight title, Harry Scarf versus Louis Green.
Pretty self-explanatory, Johnny. What are you expecting? I'm bringing my A game.
And we move now to dress it up. I just want to put him on conscious. No, you just want to get in there.
Scales, Connor Marsden.
8 rounds of lightweight there between Adam Azim and Connor Marsden. Adam Azim, so far so good, and probably one of the hottest prospects in British boxing right now, Johnny.
He has been tagged with that, so we've seen is believing. You'll see when he gets on the stage, the way in, and you'll hear how popular he is, and you'll be able to feel, you know what, this is something special about this. Marsden, 27 years old, 5 wins, 1 KO. Not a big banger, but more experience.
It's a step up for Adam Azim, probably a welcome step up for Adam Azim to really see how his progress is coming along. How much of a test, though, will Marsden be for him?
He's been beaten before, he's been stopped, so, we've got to keep it in perspective, but he is more experienced, been in there deeper so far, so it's definitely a step up from the opposition he's been facing up to now. It's probably his first real fight as a professional. The other guys knew they were out of their depth and were a little bit overawed, and probably from the reputation of Adam Azim, and was completely overwhelmed by his hand speed, etc. So, but it's a good step, and it'll be interesting to see how he performs.
And like Johnny said, he is highly touted. There is a buzz around him, and with that does come pressure. But he seems to be handling it all right. I mean, when I spoke to his dad when we were up in Manchester, and he said he doesn't really get nervous. He does all his business in the ring, doesn't really let anything bother him.
I think this is really good matchmaking. Really, really good matchmaking. If you're in favour of Aziz, of course.
Right now on the stage for the final face-off.
It's just a little step up with somebody that's not a loser, is a winner, that is going to test and bring on a little bit. The gimmies are gone. Or will this be a gimmick? If he makes it look like a gimmick, this kid's a lot better than the people are giving.
Well, that's what I mean. It's a good benchmark, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from both fighters with Savage Sam.
Adam, you are one of the hottest prospects in boxing. This is a big step up, but it's one you're ready to make.
Yeah, 100%. On Saturday, you guys are going to see the best of me, and this is going to be a great night.
Connor, you've said before that you think it's a step too soon. How do you beat Adam Azim?
Just by boxing, just keeping it long and outboxing.
Seems simple enough. All right, guys, good luck for both of you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Conor Marsden and Adam Azim.
Can't afford to overlook Marsden, though, Adam Azim, tomorrow night. I mean, Marsden is going to be coming full of confidence after his best win last time out. And he's going to want to win. He's coming with ambition as well.
They're just not very talkative at this stage, are they?
Cartwright.
Well, you know what it's like. They want to replenish.
Reese Cartwright, at age 27, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall. A career 23 victories, 14 by knockouts against 2
Yeah, Dan
losses.
Aziz, Reese Cartwright. Now this is a late change of opponent, a very late change of opponent. Dan Aziz was due to face Matthew Tinker, but medical reasons has meant Matthew Tinker isn't going to be fighting. You're a fan, Johnny, of Dan Aziz, like a big fan. You're probably number one in that fan club. What do you like about him?
My worry now is these standings, 24-hour standings, they really, there's a record in the history of them. Super Uppercut. They may not be the better fighter, but it's just adjusting to somebody that's new. In this fight with Dan Aziz, I've got a proper lad crush on him. Because he can fight, he's old school, and I just like everything about his story, his attitude, everything about him.
What do you think, Matt? I mean, we all know in boxing the late replacements that happens. It happens quite a lot. How hard is that, though? Especially with 24 hours ago, adjusting and changing all your training to who you've been training for.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, really, but at the same time, what can you do? You have to just get on with it. He doesn't seem to me, Dan Aziz, like a character that would really let that bother. I think he's a very matter of fact and he just deals with stuff. So, as Johnny said, look, you can see he wants to be old school, and I think he is genuinely. So I think...
You can't overlook Cartwright. I mean, we know he's tall, he can be awkward.
Oh yeah, definitely. And his last fight, he lost to Shakon Pitters, who's massive light heavyweight, 6'4" or 6'5" perhaps, and he believed he shouldn't have been stopped. So, he'll see this as a chance to kind of get himself straight back into the mix in the domestic light heavyweight division. But Dan Aziz, I don't think he's a guy to overlook anyone. He's really, like I say, old school, consummate professional, and you got to pick him to win, I think, tomorrow night, as long as he stays focused.
And the light heavy division, Johnny, is thriving. It is a division that is so hot right now. And in terms of domestic fights, there's so many good ones out there for Dan Aziz.
George, Callum Johnson, we're forgetting about him. There's some good domestic fights out there for him, so you've got to think.
What changes now mentally do you have to make for the late change?
Nothing really. If I'm out here screaming I'm the best, number one in the country, I should be able to fight anyone at a blink of an eye. So yeah, change of opponent, but same mentality, same goal, and we're gonna try and keep that same momentum going.
Reese, it's a big opportunity for you. How do you take it?
I got a call 2 days ago, so it's like I got a call Thursday night. Turn up light heavyweight. I'll be fighting next week, next Sunday, at super middleweight. So, weight wasn't that much of an issue. So, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Good luck to both of you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, in a light heavyweight contest, Reese Cartwright against Super Dan Aziz.
Like I said there, Johnny, before Dan Aziz started doing the interview, there are some big fights out there in terms of light heavy. We were mentioning some names there, like Boatsy, Yard, Lyndon Arthur.
Yeah, so for Aziz, he's in a... I wonder how they look at him, how they respect him, or how they think, you know what, I'll probably get this kid before he gets any better, or this young man before he gets better, but there's some good fights out there domestically for Aziz.
Who would you like to see him in? Obviously, he's got to get through tomorrow night, Matt.
Yeah, any of the domestic guys, really. I mean, Craig Richards and Boatsy are fighting, so those two are out of the equation. Callum Johnson was meant to have that world title shot. So it'll be interesting to see what move he makes next. But if he fails to, secure a world title shot, what about Dan Aziz and Callum Johnson?
these boys are itching to get on the scales now. This is it. They've had to diet to take the water out of the system to get on the scales now, and that's it. They're itching.
We've got about a minute until Sky Sports News join us, so very quickly, what are you expecting tomorrow night in this main event, Johnny?
Well, I'm starting to get a bit worried because amongst this London crowd, when you talk about Jumah, they say this kid is good. I'm telling you, it's a dangerous fight. I think, am I missing something here? I only go by what I see. I only go by the naked eye. So unless this Jumah's got something that I've not spotted yet. Yes, he has that pedigree. Yes, he was there before Riakporhe. Unless he can turn back time a bit and bring that freshness into this fight, I think Riakporhe has got to get everything right. You know, he can afford to be 80-20, and then anything less than that's not enough.
Warm welcome to our Sky Sports News viewers. Our undercard weigh-in is done. It is all eyes on the main event of Richard Riakporhe versus Deion Jumah. Let's see what they look like then and hand you over to MC Buddy Johnson.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boxer by CEO and founder Ben Shalom is ready to present right here at the official weigh-ins your main event for tomorrow evening. 12 rounds of cruiserweight action with two warriors putting their undefeated record on the line. We introduce first to the official scales from Hammersmith, introducing the Ghost, Deion Jumah.
What an opportunity it is for Deion Jumah tomorrow night, Matt. It's an opportunity he's been waiting for a very long time, and one I'm sure he'll be looking to see.
He's had a very stop-start career. This is really the opportunity and the fight that he must have been crying out for. And when it came up, he bit their hand off, and Riakporhe's he's had the backing, hasn't he, a boxer in Sky Sports. He's been active recently. After a period of inactivity, he's had good momentum. So Jumah's got a chance to kind of nick that now.
And weighing in officially at 14 stone and 5 pounds.
So bang on the weight there, Johnny.
Hang on, wait, he would have to strip down to his underpants, so made it well, very comfortable, well within, and he looks it as well.
Introducing his opponent from Woolworth, the Midnight Train, Richard
Richard and Deion were training for other opponents originally, but this fight is one of those ones that actually turns out to be probably the fight that everyone wanted to see. It's a London grudge match, the battle of the unbeaten.
Definitely. This young man you see getting on the scales now has moved away from London. He's committed himself to this game. He can't afford to lose Saturday night.
Richard Riakporhe weighed in at 14 stone 4 pounds.
Pound under the weight. Both looking great shape though, Johnny.
They do. You know what? I just think Riakporhe has the high. He has the long levers. He made the weight. I'm thinking how you've got the height of a heavyweight, but you can get down to cruiserweight. Jumah, that to me, he's made it comfortable, and it suits him the cruiserweight weight.
What do you think it's going to come down to, Matt, in terms of this fight? What does Richard Riakporhe need to do? Recently, we've seen him really box. We've seen him grow as a fighter under the tutelage of Angel Fernandez. What do you think he needs to do tomorrow night? Does he need to come out and sort of be explosive and use his big right hand?
I think he's got to come out and stamp his authority on this fight, because you don't want Jumah growing in confidence as the fight goes on, because he's talking well, Jumah. He's up for this. This is a huge opportunity.
And he's been saying as well, he's been preparing for the likes of Richard Riakporhe for a long time, so it doesn't matter that it's kind of a late notice fight.
No, he doesn't fear him, does he? He's smarred him, he knows him. It's a fight he really believes he can win. But I think Jumah needs to take a good start, and I think Riakporhe needs to stop him getting a good start, because if he gets his tail up and he gets his confidence in, and Riakporhe's got to go after this fight, he could get counterpunched and picked off a little bit.
What do you think, Johnny?
If he gets messy, it definitely suits Jumah if it gets messy. Riakporhe's got to kind of control this from the off. At least 2 minutes of every round, at least. And even that minute what he gives to Jumah, he needs to be on his guard, be smart, be sharp, be confident. Even Fraser Clark saying he's got to bully him. He's got to believe in his ability.
There's a lot riding on this fight for both fighters, but Ben Shalom, in terms of Richard Riakporhe, he's talking about should he come through Deion Jumah on Saturday night, then potentially in a couple of fights' time he could be challenging for a world title. Is that the right trajectory for you?
That is what they've got planned for him. Those plans can change in a heartbeat, but every fight
and we've seen that happen so many times.
Every fight there's a risk. So these guys, Richard Riakporhe's answered every question asked of him, and so has Jumah. But so now it's a case of, who's going to find out who's better than who. This is it between these boys here.
A lengthy stare-off, Matt. There is intent there.
Yeah, like I said, there was a bit of back and forth, wasn't it? The presser yesterday.
Who won that?
I thought Jumah initiated it. I thought Riakporhe deflected it pretty well, kind of went back at him, didn't he? Kind of insinuated, like, where you've been all this time, you've been pro longer than me, what have you done? And he put it back on his toes a bit, so it was good back and forth. I thought I'll go 50-50.
Oh, you're staying on the fence. All right, let's hear from Richard Riakporhe now. He's with Adam Smith.
Thanks, Anna. Richard Riakporhe, what a big fight it's turned into against Deion Jumah. West London, South London, you've sparred together, you're both unbeaten. How excited are you for tomorrow night?
I'm really excited. This is what I dreamed of, and I'm living my dreams, and I just can't wait to just rock and roll. You know what I bring to the table? Just smoke.
You've got momentum. You were meant to fight Fabio Turchi. A switch to Deion Jumah, and somebody I'm sure you thought you would share a ring with at some point. What dangers does the Ghost bring to the ring?
Well, he's a kind of awkward type of southpaw. He's quite slick, so it's just a thing where I just need to see how he is in the first couple of rounds, and then start my assault.
You talk about bringing the smoke. You bring the heat a little bit to the press conference yesterday, just questioning him and his inactivity. All mind games, and it's the physical execution of tactics, surely, that wins you the day.
Absolutely. Talk is cheap, to be honest. I do the fighting with my fist, so we're going to see how he reacts when I let the power shots go.
A lot of people talking about a possible world title crack this year. What sort of statement have you got to make back here at Wembley on Saturday?
Knockout. That's what we're going to go for. The fans love to see the knockouts, and that's what we're going for.
This isn't going the distance.
No way, no way.
Richard, wish you well. Thanks very much. Richard Riakporhe, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring his old rival in, Deion Jumah. Deion, you've got a great deal of support here from Hammersmith. It's a local derby, a local rivalry, and something I know that you've dreamt of a little bit. He's been at the back of your mind, gnawing away at you, and now you get the chance. Has it come at the right time?
Perfect timing. I've said it before, I've been the one pressing for this fight over the years. Richard has not mentioned this fight. He knows it's worked for him. Yeah, this fight came about because his fighter pulled out. He did not want this fight.
You've sparred together before. You believe, don't you, deep down, that you're a better boxer than him, but that you've got to do it under the lights on the big stage where it really matters. You're confident you can implement that on Saturday?
100%. It's no good all talking about it if you can't do it on fight night, but we're ready for it. We're ready for the step up. We're ready for the pressure. As you can see, I'm relaxed. I'm ready. I'm on the weight. Let's do it.
It's a cracking match, isn't it? Both of you unbeaten, a domestic dust-up for the fans.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one for the fans. Hope everyone enjoys the night. I'll enjoy it, certainly.
Richard says by knockout he wins. What do you say?
By knockout I win.
Fantastic. 100%. Let's bring it on. Deion Jumah against Richard Riakporhe on Saturday night. Both by knockout, they're saying, Anna.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you very much to our Sky Sports News viewers joining us. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night, 7:30 and then 8:30 on Sky Sports main event football, The Action. Hello to you all staying on the stream. Good to have your company. Not really giving much away there either, fighter Johnny.
No, well, really, they both said they're going to win by knockout.
Yeah.
So at least it's the fans are going to benefit there. And I believe that. I do believe I don't believe it's going to go the distance. I do believe that both fighters they're well matched. Questions will be answered from both fighters. But again, it's just down to the night. If I'm to believe the rumours that I'm hearing on the Straza, right, then it is going to be a bit of a tear up.
What are you doing? What are you doing? In terms of it being a London derby, though, we're kind of seeing it here today, aren't we? A lot of support for both fighters, and it really could go either way.
It's great words and great energy, and to see both guys fully believe they're the better guy. They're both undefeated. We haven't got a clue who's going to win. I mean, we probably lean to Riakporhe because he's proven, tested, he's been in deeper. But, you know, if you spoke to Jumah for much longer than 30 seconds, he'd persuade you that he's going to win. He's really full of belief, and, you know, it's not beyond him. You know, he's got good ability, he's a good boxer. There's definitely pluses in his side. But I think I still lean to Riakporhe because he's just a bit more proven.
Who do you think the pressure is on more?
I'd say Riakporhe, because Riakporhe has got more to lose. A loss would hurt him more than it would hurt Jumah.
He's got the momentum now, isn't he?
He's got the momentum. He's got the his promoters expected to get him a world title fight and win at least 2 fights. That is torn up if he loses on Saturday night. For Jumah's just re-established himself. But he needs consistency. He needs to produce consistency and say, right, I'm back in the mix. I'm staying here. I'm not just going to miss a bit because of fear. So that's why the loss had hurt Riakporhe more than anything.
So could that play into Jumah's favour?
Yeah, look, Riakporhe, like I say, he's been better opponents than Jumah, or certainly what Jumah's proven up to now anyway. Look, it's a really good fight. I don't want to sit on the fence, so that's why I lean to Riakporhe, just because he's got the better resume, he's been in deeper, and he's proven, and he's got the momentum. But a lot of people whose opinion I value, who know Jumah, have said they fancy him.
I think it's one of those fights, isn't it? And we've had a few of them recently that I think we're all swaying and changing our minds every sort of hour. What do you think?
Yeah, and if we look back at every fight we've done that with, you should go with the original gut feeling and not be swayed by people convincing you, because Jumah's a great talker, and he's brought a bit of backup here. So you obviously think, well, really, shall I listen to rumours? I'm just going to go on what I see. I'm going to go on my gut feeling. My gut feeling that Riakporhe has the momentum, he has the power. He doesn't have the confidence to match the ability. He now needs to start showing that, because if he doesn't, he gets turned over against a southpaw that can make his career an absolute nightmare.
It's going to be good, isn't it? I am so looking forward to it. Thank you for your time today. That's it then, isn't it? The talking is done. It is all eyes on Fight Night. Make sure you join us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m, and then from 8:30 on Sky Sports, the main event. We'll see you then.